Good morning, students. What do you do when you are faced with a challenge? How about when things get rough or don't go your way? Well, let's start by watching the story of a local champion, Kyle Maynard. Have you heard of him? Well, I'm sure his is a story that you won't forget. Take a look at this video.
One writer said, he makes you want to be better. Not a better person, but a better, truer version of who you are. Another said that what he did defied physics. He is one of the most inspiring young men you will ever hear about.
Well, let's hold off on Kyle's story for now. We will return to it in a few minutes. I want to speak with you about challenges and excuses. When we have challenges that arise and call for us to make a decision, we have to decide what we will do in that moment. Today, during advisement, we will play a game called What Would You Do? Your teachers have selected one student to be the class leader in this game. Each of you received letter cards that you can use to submit or show your answer choice to the class leader. You can submit your answers by holding up the letters of your answer choice, like A, B, C, or D. The class leader has been instructed to write the most popular answer on the board. You will have an opportunity to walk through each scenario with an elbow partner, the person sitting next to you, then cast your vote for your answer. We'll show you the correct answer. Then you can see if, as a class, you are making good choices and facing challenges in the best way. Remember to answer honestly and think about what you would actually do in each scenario. Now, watch closely as we show you your first scenario. Your teacher tells your class to line up and leave the cafeteria. You're waiting patiently in line with your class when you overhear some of your classmates discussing your clothes and hair in a negative way. It's loud enough where you can hear it. You feel like you should do something. Should you, as a student, ignore it and continue your conversation? Do you turn around and give them the look? Do you turn around and tell them some choice words that might get you in trouble? Or do you report the incident to an adult? Right now, you've got about 2 minutes to discuss with your elbow partner or the person next to you, and then we'll hold up our answer choices. So you've got about 2 minutes, class. Okay, students, hold up your answer choices. Team leader, look at the answer choices and write the most popular choice on the board. Some of you guys have probably already done that. All right, class and team leaders, hopefully you decided to tell an adult or report the incident to an adult, which is choice D. Give yourself a hand for choosing the right answer choice. I'm sure most of y'all chose that. Look at this student. Telling an adult. That's the right answer choice. Good job, student. Okay, let's look at our second scenario. You're in the cafeteria before school starts, and you're waiting for the 9 a.m. bell to ring. As you read your book quietly, you begin to tune into some other students' conversations and hear them talking about a fight that is supposed to happen later that day. They don't realize that you can hear them, and they keep talking. They start discussing the details of the fight, including the location, names of the students who'll fight, and who plans to be there. You're surprised by what you hear. What do you do? Do you A, continue listening and think, too bad for them? Do you B, turn around and join the conversation, including giving your opinion about who you think will win the fight? Do you C, tell a few of your close friends and all agree to show up to the fight and watch it? Or do you D, report it to an adult? You'll have about 2 minutes, maybe a little less, to discuss with your elbow partner your answer choice. All right. What did you decide, students? Hold up your answer choice. Team leader, write down the most popular choice. I think you guys are looking at the correct answer. Hopefully, team leader, I'm sure you've got it written down. Hopefully, you guys also chose D for this answer. You need to report this incident to an adult. This could be a really dangerous situation. An adult should be able to intervene here. So don't be afraid to tell an adult if you overhear something about something dangerous at school, especially a fight. All right, let's go on to our third scenario. You leave your belongings at your desk and you head to lunch with your class. You decide that you're going to leave some money in your bag at your desk while you go to lunch because no one's in the classroom. When you return, though, you notice that your money is not there. You remember hearing someone in your class talk about some money that they found. You suspect that the money is yours. What do you do? You've got a couple of choices, class. You could confront the person and demand your money back right away. That's answer A. You could tell all your friends that the person is a dirty thief. You could C, wait till the next day and then steal the money back from them. Or D, you could tell an adult and just accept whatever the adult says. So, this choice is pretty easy, I think. But we're going to give you guys about a minute to decide with your elbow partner, discuss some of the options, decide what the best answer is, and you've got about a minute to do that. Okay, class, hold up your answer choices. Team leader, what was the most popular choice? Go ahead and write it down up on the board. Well, you guys got it. Once again, you should tell an adult what happened. Answer choice D. We want to make sure, though, that you guys understand that you sometimes have to accept whatever happens, even if you don't agree with it, because we'll need you to trust that we're going to do the best thing for you, and that the adults will do whatever they think is best to help you in that situation. The last thing you should ever do is take the situation into your own hands by making some bad decisions. So telling an adult is always the best decision in that situation. Let's go on to one other scenario. You've just left your class, your academic class, for connections. When you spot two of your best friends, they begin telling you about the events that happened over the weekend. The story is really, really good, and you want to hear the rest of it. But, unfortunately, you notice that you were right near your connections class. That's going to be a problem. Their class is on a different hallway. They tell you to come with them so that you can hear the story, the rest of the story. What do? What's the decision you make? You got a couple of choices. A, do you stand outside your connections class and tell them to just keep talking? Do you B, tell them, thanks but no thanks, I'll have to catch up to you later. It's a really good story, but I can't really stop. Do you C, continue to walk very slowly so that you'll have enough time to hear the rest of the story? Or do you D, just follow them to their class and walk back to yours, no matter how late it's going to make you? You guys have about 2 minutes, maybe a minute, to discuss with your elbow partner what you think the best answer choice is. All right, class, hold up your answer choices. Team leader, write down the most popular choice. I bet you guys chose what just happened on the video. Hopefully, you decided to tell your friends B. Thanks a lot. Great story, but I'm going to have to catch up with your story later. That's the best choice to make in that situation. Let's go on because we have a few more. Next situation. You're sitting in class, and the person next to you begins to talk to you. You realize that they're not asking a class-related question, but you are interested in what they're saying, so you continue to listen. All of a sudden, Coach Bethea stops his lesson and asks you to stop talking in his class. You're a little embarrassed and annoyed that the person next to you was not singled out too. What would you do? Would you just sit there and quietly and continue taking notes? Would you B, tell the teacher that he's got it all wrong because technically you weren't the one talking? Would you C, tell the teacher that he's picking on you because you didn't answer, because he didn't correct your friend also, all he did was correct you? Or do you D, raise your hand throughout the class and let Coach Bethea know every single time that you were right and you were not talking? You have about 2 minutes to discuss this answer with your elbow partners and come up with the best answer choice. Okay, hold up your answer choices, students. Team leader, go ahead and write down what the most popular choice was. I have a feeling you guys probably chose correctly. The correct answer is A. You should go ahead and sit quietly and continue taking notes or doing whatever it was that you need to be doing in class. It's not something, this is not the situation where you have to correct the teacher or try to get your friend in trouble or argue or be disrespectful. Even though you were the only one called on, it may not seem fair, but the best thing to do in that situation is to do what you need to do in class, which is work quietly and do what your teacher asks. All right, students, let's reflect for a minute. Think about what happened. How did you guys do? What did you decide to do in each scenario? Did you get most of them right? Did you miss a few? What areas do you think maybe you most need to improve on with your own behavior in school and in class? Are you acting like a champion and making good choices every single day? Maybe you found an area that you needed to improve on. Or maybe sometimes you're making excuses for why you're not doing the right thing. Or maybe you're justifying something that's wrong behavior or something that you shouldn't be doing. So let's go back to Kyle's story and see what happens next.
Many other little boys, he also dreamed of playing football.
I thought they would put him as water boy, but Kyle wouldn't be happy with water boy.
Kyle was no water boy. Amazingly, he played down in the trenches with the other guys.
Not in a million years did I ever think that he'd be playing football.
But while the rest of the team grew bigger, Kyle remained small. So he set his sights on another sport, wrestling.
Come on, Kyle!
But again, Kyle was at a disadvantage.
And he lost, and he lost, and then I started to think that maybe this wasn't such a good idea.
He went a year and a half without a win.
He would say things like, there's no way I can win. You know, I can't win. I can't do this.
But he stuck it out. And by his senior year, he was one of the top wrestlers in the state. Today, this astonishing young man is a freshman and a wrestler at the University of Georgia. And as his parents hoped, he does everything any other college kid can do, and a whole lot more.
It's amazing. He uses an electric razor to shave, an electric toothbrush to brush his teeth, can put on his socks. The typewriting is what amazes me. He types 50 words a minute.
You know, I've always said it's not about what I can do, you know, it's about what I will do. And what I will go out and do is exactly what I have my mind set on doing.
It's overwhelming to me that he lives on his own. That is what I'm most proud of.
Well, Kyle's astonishing story comes to life in his book, perfectly titled, No Excuses. And after you read it, you'll never have another one.
Well, class, what can you do? What will you do? Did you know that Kyle, in updated news, that he just climbed Mount Everest, the tallest mountain in the world? What do you think about that? Aristotle once said that excellence is not act, but a habit. I want you to know that champions like Kyle make good behavior a habit. Are you a champion? I want you all to know that you are champions. Everyone at this school. You can have excellent behavior. No excuses. Make us proud, DMS.